Common Core geometry, perpendicular through a point construction. This is our fourth video in this chapter so far. The previous one was constructing a perpendicular bisector. It's where you cut a line in half with a perpendicular line. You found midpoint and so on. Well, this is another perpendicular construction, but it's perpendicular through a point. So our goal here, and don't draw the line I'm about to draw, is to draw a line through point B that's perpendicular to line A. Now, we are not bisecting line A. It does kind of look like it's the middle, but this is not a line segment, it's a line. So this goes on forever, so it's actually impossible to bisect something that goes on forever. But anyways, so perpendicular through this specific point. And I could do it no matter where the point was, whether point B was, I guess I can't really move that right now, but if point B was over here, point B was over here, I'm even going to do one in the next example where the point is on the line. But perpendicular through a point, again, it's a little bit different than the previous video because it has nothing to do with bisecting. All right, so let's see how to do this. So the way we do this, we take our trusty compass and we put the pivot point on the point we want to go through. And all we have to do is extend our compass so that it is past the line. See, if the compass was short of the line, that doesn't really help me here. I need to make sure that my compass length, my compass radius, will draw an arc that will hit in two spots. So as long as your radius length is longer than the length between the line and the point, you'll be fine. So you just extend your compass to be a length longer than their distance so that your arc will hit twice. And then we place points there. Then move your compass to those points, the pivot to those points, and I'll keep it red. Draw an arc there, drawing about a quarter of an arc. You'll see how much arc you need to draw once you get the full picture. And then I go to my other point and do the same thing. Draw an arc, and like usual, I am concerned where the arcs cross. That is my other point. Then what you're going to do is take your straight edge and draw a line connecting point B to the point where your arcs cross. Now I'm just going to use my line tool to do that right there, but you should definitely use the straight edge side of your compass or your ruler, whatever you have. And just like that, that is a perpendicular line. So this line, we could call it BC. BC is perpendicular to line A. And if I want, I can throw a little perpendicular box in there that signifies that it's a perpendicular line, a right angle, and so on. So that's about it. That's how we do that construction. Let me run through it one more time for you. So all I did, first of all, was start at the point I want to go through, extend it so it's beyond the line, drew the arc so it would cross twice. Those are my points now. And then move my compass to those spots and draw arcs beneath the line. And really, I could have done it above the line, but I like beneath the line. It's a little bit neater. Where they cross, that's my point. Connected, and that's it. Now, I want to do one more for you, one more quick one, and that's where the point is actually on the line. Let me keep going until I get that all done. No, I don't want those. Okay. So let's try a perpendicular to a point on a line. All right, so we set our compass up the same way. We want to put the pivot of our compass on the point we want to be perpendicular through. Now, in the last example, we had to extend it so that it was more than the distance to the line. That doesn't really make sense here because it's, well, on the line. So you can pretty much extend it any distance you want. I wouldn't go crazy. Something, maybe a third of the compass length or maybe less, a quarter. And you draw the arc, but again, your arc has to cross twice. It has to cross the line in two spots. So you probably have to draw a little more than half of a circle. Those, once again, are the points you're going to place where the arc crosses the line. Same way we did here where the arc crosses in two spots. Those are my two spots right there. Now you move the pivot to those points. Now one major difference between this and the last example is in this example, whatever length I did here originally, I kept that length here. There was no reason to change it. But that'll be a problem in this one because if I draw my arcs from here, they're going to go through point B. And if I do it here, it's going to go through point B. And they're actually going to be kind of touching at point B, which I already have point B. I need them to cross at a new point. So you can't leave them the same length as what you did to draw your first arc. You actually need to extend it a little bit. And I'm going to do this again below the line. You could do it above or below or both. So you just need to make sure that you extend the compass a little bit larger than what your first arc was. That's a good reason. So, you know, don't make your first arc too big because you're going to have to separate it a little bit more from there. And then draw your arcs. And again, I'm looking for them to kind of cross down here. Same thing here. Just move this around. Your compass is a little bit easier to use probably than mine. Draw the arcs where they cross. That is a new point, and that is what I'm going to connect with point B to draw my perpendicular line. And so this line here, again, we could call it BC or whatever, you know, is perpendicular to line A through point B. So again, I could put my perpendicular box there. Run through it one more time. So the first is go to point B, the point you want to go perpendicular through, and just draw an arc so that it crosses the line twice. Those are your two new points. And then the key here was that you have to make sure that you extend the compass a little bit greater than what it was. You don't have to do that for the previous one where the point's not on the line, but you do for this one. And you draw that arc from there, and again, from the other point that you created to, whoops, I just pushed a bunch of wrong buttons. Well, I think I must have somehow deleted that by accident. Let me just fix it back up. And where they cross, that's the point that you connect with point B. All right, so that's what we're going to practice in class is the perpendicular through a point. See ya.